Chair, we are asking for the enlightenment of Attorney Salaika with respect to constructive dismissal.
Yes,
Uh,
Attorney Lopez, please.
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair. From what I recall, constructive dismissal happens when an employee is forced to resign under certain circumstances. In the case of Yusek Mercado, she has the rank of undersecretary, and she serves at the pleasure of the appointing authority. So, given that the principal has lost her trust and confidence, then we can also ask for her to resign.
To add, Mr. Chair, by constructive dismissal, you are placed in a situation where
Okay.
you have no other option
To-
but to resign. I understand that Yusek Mercado is occupying a position of confidence. However, Attorney Salaika, you will agree with me that the requirements of due process, notice and hearing are fundamental. Did you follow the requirements of due process before you ask Yusek Mercado to resign?
Uh,
I believe that the question is answerable by yes or no.
I informed her, Your Honor, of the reasons why. She also
Did you
explained.
follow the requirements of due process before you ask her to resign?
Please be responsive.
Yes, I followed the due process
If you
procedure,
did,
Your Honor.
mayroon ho ba kayong pwedeng i-present na notice of hearing where she can explain herself?
What, Your Honor, if I may explain, in that isolated incident, I asked her, I told her the reasons why the principal has already lost her trust and confidence, and she did, which I think is a minimum, qualifies really as a due process. For what reasons were she being let go of? And then she also explained her side. She was given a chance to explain her side.
Mr. Chair, if Attorney Salaika is maintaining the position that she followed the requirements of due process, question number 1, did you give her a copy of the complaint? Yes or no? No. Did you set a hearing for her? Yes or no?
No, Your Honor.
3, did you come up with a resolution on the issue that is being charged against her? Yes or no?
No,
I
Your
believe
Honor.
no. And therefore, you did not follow the requirements of due process. Mr. Chair, I wish to proceed. Attorney
Please proceed.
Salaika, who decides on the amount to be disbursed? To guide you, we are leading to the confidential fund of the OVP. Sino po ba ang nagde-decide when it comes to disbursement? And may I request the Secretary to please flash the disbursement voucher. I wish to believe that at least you're aware of this, being the Chief of Staff of the Office of the Vice President. Can you please enlighten us, Attorney Salaika? Who decides? Sino po ba ang may call pagdating sa amount to be disbursed with respect especially to the confidential fund of the OVP?
Your Honor, I have no personal knowledge of this DV because it never passed through me.
Saan po ba kayo nag-opisina, Attorney Salaika? Do you share the same office with the Vice President?
Yes.
Yes?
That is correct.
So, can you please walk us through? Ano ho bang itsura ng opisina nyo? Nasaan po ba ang lamesa nyo in comparison to the table of the Vice President?
Your Honor, the Vice President, at does not is not in the office 7 days a week or 5 days in a work week, Your Honor.
In other words, sino po ang nagdadala ng mga disbursement voucher sa ating Vice President?
I think, ma'am, the question is best directed to the Director for Finance and Admin.
Hindi po ba kayo ang nagdadala ng
Hin-
disbursement voucher?
Hindi po, Your Honor.
But at least can you confirm to us that with the signature of the Vice President affixed in the disbursement voucher, he's the one, she's the one who has the call in terms of disbursement? Yes.
Your Honor, I have no personal knowledge, so I am not the best person to answer the
You've
question.
been with the President since,
The Vice President.
with the Vice President since her time as Mayor of Davao. That is 2010. Tama po?
Yes.
And you're very much familiar with her signature. Tama po? You're very much familiar with her signature. I am asking you, ma'am, if having worked for the Vice President since 2010, you're very much familiar with her signature?
Yes, Your Honor, but
And would you confirm that the signature affixed in the disbursement voucher is the signature of the Vice President?
Your Honor, may I know if this disbursement voucher came from the OVP?
Maybe we can ask the COA to confirm if this is part of the documents of the OVP. Attorney Camora?
Attorney Camora, you are recognized.
This is the one submitted to them.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
With that confirmation, would you confirm that the signature belongs to the Vice President?
Your Honor, Mr. Chair, if these were the documents submitted to the Commission on Audit, may I know, if these were the documents, then that would be the signature of the Vice President.
And it is because of this disbursement voucher that the succeeding slide, the check was issued in favor of Gina F. Acosta. Would you confirm that? Attorney Salaika? Pakisum po nung check. Secretariat, kindly zoom the check. The next slide, please. This one is the voucher. You confirm, Attorney Salaika, that because of the disbursement voucher signed by the Vice President, this check was issued in the name of Gina F. Acosta.
Your Honor, Mr. Chair, I have no personal knowledge as regards this one because it never really passed through me. It is signed, I understand, by Director Sanchez and Mr. Ortonio.
Hypothetical tayo, Attorney Salaika. Kapag nag-i-issue ng voucher, anong kasunod?
Check, Your
Check.
Honor.
Without specific reference to this check. And then let's go to the utilization of confidential funds. Secretariat, kindly flash the accomplishment report. Dito po sa accomplishment report, naka-itemize ang expenditures from the 125 million spent on the last quarter of 2022. Ito po yung ginastos in 11 days. Can you please enlighten us? Sino ho ba ang nagdi-determine nitong mga information na bibilhin?
Your Honor, I have no personal knowledge as to the disbursement or utilization of the confidential funds. My job and my role really in the Office of the Vice President is confined to certain areas, primarily operations.
How about with respect to the payment of reward? Who determines who will be given reward?
I have no information as regards that, Your Honor, because these are documents that they really did not pass through me.
How about with respect to the rental of other incidental expenses relative to the maintenance of safe houses? Who determines this?
Hindi ko po alam, Your Honor.
Hindi nyo rin po alam. The purchase of supplies. Sino po ba naglilista ng mga bibiling supplies?
Your Honor, I have no personal knowledge.
Next, the provision of medical and food aid. Who determines who will be the beneficiaries of this medical and food aid?
Your Honor, as mentioned earlier, Mr. Chair, these are documents that did not pass through the Office of the Chief of Staff. So I really have no
The
personal...
question, Attorney Sulaika, is no longer on the documents, but the purchases, the expenditures that are mentioned in the document.
I have no information on that, Your Honor.
The last item, Attorney Sulaika, payment of incentives or traveling relative to the confidential operation. Who determines this?
I have no information, Your Honor.
In the previous hearings, Attorney Sulaika, General Mempin testified.
Okay.
And he said he has no knowledge about this. You are the Chief of Staff, and now you're saying also you have no knowledge about this. The question is, who has knowledge about the utilization of this confidential fund?
Your Honor, Mr. Chair, I can only really answer for myself. These are documents that did not pass through me, so I have no personal information as to... I am not privy to this kind of information, Your Honor. So
Mr.
I
Chair.
cannot answer.
Mr. Chair, I do
Your
not want to
Honor.
sound repetitive, but it is really unbelievable for a Chief of Staff to have known nothing about the utilization of the huge amount of 125 million, not even one of the several items that was mentioned in the accomplishment report. And the question that is left unanswered, kung hindi ito alam, this is OVP, ni Yusek Mempin. Kung hindi ito alam ni Attorney Sulaika, sino pong nakakaalam nito, Attorney?
Your Honor, I do not presume to know the answer because, again, these are documents that really did not pass through my office. There are certain areas in the Office of the Vice President that I am not really privy to. There is information that I am not privy to. So I cannot give you a definitive answer. Respectfully, Your Honor, much as I want to give a definitive answer, these are matters that are information that are not available to me. Mr. Chair.
Attorney, I want to go back to the issue on Yusek Mercado. Sabi niyo po kanina, isolated occasion ito?
Yes, isolated incident.
During the time that she gave her testimony, she made mention that there are 5 other step-ed officials whom you advise to resign.
That is correct, Your Honor. I was also instructed by the
In
Vice
other words, this is
President.
not an isolated occasion.
It's a task, Your Honor, that I do not do as a Chief of Staff on a regular basis. That is what I meant. These were instructions that were given to me by the principal, primarily because she said that it cannot be Michael Poa who will handle it because it will already create friction among senior officials in the Department of Education. It was a task that she gave me, which I fulfilled and did, Your Honor.
I just want to remind you, Attorney Sulaika, of your statement, initial statement, that there was never an occasion that you meddled with the operation, program, or project of the Department of Education. And then we made mention about Yusek Mercado. You said that this is an isolated occasion. Now you admit that there are 5 other DepEd officials whom you advised to resign. Do you honestly believe na kung 6 na sila, isolated pa yan?
When I say isolated, ma'am, I use the term in a manner that it is not something I do regularly. It is only upon instruction of the Vice President, Your Honor, Mr. Chair, because she was also at that time the department secretary.
Can you please enlighten us? Who are these 5 other DepEd officials whom you advised to resign?
I think, Your Honor, 4 lang po sila.
And the 5th is Yusek Mercado?
No, I think the 4th is Miss Mercado, Ma'am Mercado. Mr. Ablan, Mr. I forget his name. I think Mr. Arnuco. Mr.
Come again?
Arnuco.
Arnuco.
Mr. Arnuco. And the head for legal, I forget his name. I think Attorney
He's a lawyer.
Attorney Brady.
I wonder what made you ask him to resign. Is he the legal head?
During that time, yes, I think, because he had the rank of USEC, I understand.
And the 4th is Yusek Mercado.
Yes.
Can you please state in brief, what is the reason for asking Ablan to resign?
That one, I think it is still the same, Your Honor, loss of trust and confidence.
Arnuco, the same?
Yes.
Attorney Bradit, the same?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Yusek Mercado, the same?
Yes.
Loss of trust and confidence. This notwithstanding, I am inclined to believe, Attorney Salaika, that what happened to Yusek Mercado happened also to these 3 other DepEd officials. No copy of complaint, no schedule of hearing, no resolution or decision explaining why you are asking them to resign. And therefore, what you did to them is constructive dismissal.
Again, Your Honor, may I just clarify for the record, it was an instruction by the Vice President. She instructed me to call them and let them know that she has lost her trust and confidence in them.
Mr. Chair, my last question is about the notarized certification by Attorney Abelia. Secretariat, kindly flash the certification of DepEd Confidential Fund 2023, first to third quarter, and then OVP 2022 Confidential Fund, as well as OVP 2023, first to third quarter. Mr. Chair, I wish to manifest that this certification were used in support of the accomplishment report. And this certification were notarized by a certain Attorney Abelia, whom I understand was invited also but did not appear in today's hearing. Tama po ba tayo, Secretariat? She's one of those who did not appear in today's hearing. Nevertheless, Attorney Solaika, are you aware of these documents?
I am not aware of this document. It's only now I see it, Your Honor.
Tataka lang po ako, Attorney Solaika, you are the COS, who therefore is assisting the Vice President as to the documents that she should sign and she should not sign. Ang dami po ng pinepermahan niya. And I thought that it was you, being the Chief of Staff. I do not understand kung bakit you did not assist her at all in all these important documents concerning the utilization of confidential fund. If you're saying again that this did not pass through you, sino ho ba nag-a-assist sa ating Vice Presidente sa mga ganitong dokumento?
Your Honor, this is the first time I see it. I would not know who is the one who was assigned to give it to the Vice President.
Attorney Solaika, I'm about to end my interpellation. These are 7 7 documents. And I wish to manifest, ang opisina po ni Attorney Abella ay nasa Santa Ana, Manila. Ang opisina po ng OVP ay nasa Mandaluyong. Ang opisina po ng DepEd ay nasa Pasig. The Vice President is one of the signatories in all these 7 documents. Can you confirm to us if the Vice President personally appeared before the notary public when these documents were notarized?
Your Honor, I have no information on that.
I
Respectfully, Mr. Chair,
I-
I really have no information.
I
on
just
it.
wish to manifest, Mr. Chair, that under the rules, when a notary public is notarizing documents, the signatories are supposed to personally appear during the time that the documents are being notarized. And I find it strange that the notary public is located in Manila, the OVP office is in Mandaluyong, the DepEd office is in Pasig, and it is quite hard to believe that the president, the vice president instead, really took time to be able to appear to the notary public, Mr. Chair.
Actually, it was disclosed during the last hearing